Okay, let me get this straight. Your code sucks. You are just afraid to admit it, but you want to make it better. Good choice. But first thing, let's define what a bad code is, or in layman's term, an anti-pattern is. A bad code is a code that leaves your entire team with no idea what it is or why it is there. Similarly, writing good code is never about which syntax that you use, which model you apply. It's about whether you can make it clean and clear, meaning it should be easy for other programmers to understand. The simplest way to measure the quality of your code is by counting the number of times you say WTF during a code review. In this video, we will look into 6 anti-patterns that you should avoid while coding. The first one is spaghetti coding. Spaghetti code is the most well-known anti-pattern. It is the code which has zero structure. It is how you and I started learning coding. Nothing is modularized, random folder name, random file names, and entire flow of the code are too hard to understand. Trying to maintain the code become a nightmare. You make quick fixes, but those quick fixes in the future will create big bugs. The second one on our list is golden hammer. Just like if you have a hammer, everything that you will see is a nail. That's the same principle. You use the same solution again and again for different problems, just like people using JavaScript for everything. TypeScript developers are often guilty of this technique. If they encounter any type error, they without thinking any other thing just put their type as any. Your entire program could end up suffering a serious performance hit because you are trying to force a square into a round hole. The next anti-pattern is boat anchor. Boat anchor anti-pattern occurs when a programmer leaves unnecessary code in the codebase because they have a feeling that they might need it later. This tendency often arises from coding with some hypothetical scenarios in mind, like what if we need to add a new feature in the future? What if a similar scenario occurs again? Due to these uncertainties, developers add extra lines of code that are not that useful. When you attempt to debug such code, it becomes really hard and difficult, often leading to waste hours trying to understand why a piece of code that took 10 hours to understand wasn't even used in the application. The next application is the God object. God object do too much, setting your user ID, handling transactions, sending emails, calculating the distance from the earth to moon. You get the picture. It's like asking for a banana and you get the banana, but from a gorilla. You get what you asked for, but you also get a lot more. Always remember this rule. Keep it simple, not stupid. Another common anti-pattern is the onion anti-pattern. This happens when the developers create an overly complex and layered system that mirrors the capability of existing platform. Instead of using built-in features, they add redundant layers, making the system unnecessarily complicated. While it can offer a shortcut to introduce a new features, it will often leave you with layers of legacy code that will eventually become unmaintainable. Another pattern that including you and me all fall victim to is copy and paste programming. We can easily find an example of this anti-pattern while doing code reviews for a junior developer or an intern who lacks experience and struggles to build and deliver a function or task from scratch. They often resort to searching and applying code snippets found on the internet such as Stack Overflow, GitHub, or even maybe copying and pasting from any other sources without thoroughly testing or understanding the impact. In the worst case scenario, this anti-pattern can infect your source code with the bugs from the original source. It behaves like a virus, requiring you to fix the bugs and modify the code wherever that you copied. Don't directly copy the code, but it's often seen as a life or death situation because many programmers are copy-paste engineers, and this could mean the end of their careers. Of course, you don't need to follow these rules because this video is specifically for developers who want to improve their code.